Hey everyone, it's Dan Clark, and welcome to another session of BruisedCoding. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be exploring StimulusReflex a little bit. I've been trying on and off for the last day or so to try and figure out how to get this stuff to work. Mostly problems on my side, not necessarily with StimulusReflex. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. So this is my side project, Enter Picker, and one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to make it so that with these add buttons and all that other fun stuff, we could leverage StimulusReflex to do the update and instantly display it. So right now, because I have local equals to true, it kind of does a page reflex or a page refresh when I do that. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to add the StimulusReflex bundle or gem, and to do that, what we're going to want to do is first we're going to run this command, add StimulusReflex, and along the way I'm also going to go through some of the headaches that I ran into with this, so bear with me. Some of this stuff might not be applicable to you, some of it will. Also, I'm running this on Ubuntu, not a Mac, so there will be one instance which maybe it's just me, maybe it's people with Linux machines, but you'll see what I'm talking about. And then feel free to, that's not what I wanted to do, that's what I wanted to do. So now we're going to install StimulusReflex. And this is going to go through and add the bits and pieces to our application to do what we need to do. So also, this is coming from a application that was on an older version of Rails, so I'm still cleaning out some of the dust bunnies, like CoffeeScript, for example. That's this. And there we go. Oh, and okay, so one of the things, like I said, that FS events, this thing has been kind of been bugging me because I'm pretty sure from what I've been reading that's a Mac thing. I don't need it, but it ran me for a loop because of issues that I was running into. So that being said, it is now installed. We now have some controllers and all that other fun stuff. Let's see here. Now, we want to test this out though before we go any further. So what I want to do is I'm going to take a look at the troubleshooting page because they have a really neat thing to check if action cable is ready and willing. This is fine. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to do Rails generate channel test. Now, I think this is where the cruft from older versions of my older version of Rails and all that kind of is going to mess me up. So you probably won't run into these same issues. But I'm going to go ahead and generate that test channel. Okay, so this is the first thing. So again, it's trying to figure out my coffee stuff, so this is going to be screwing me up. But the way I can get around this is, nope, need to get into Vim. Okay, so first things first. Oop. Let this finish up its thing. So we want application.js. Nope, not enough. There we go. Am I in the right place? No, I am not in the right place. This is from the older time of things. So I want app JavaScript application.js. There we go. So the first thing I need to do, or at least I think I need to do, is I need to add a call for channels. And then what I need to do, and I think they actually say that in the README, or the troubleshooting. Yeah, check that application.js that you have import channels. Now, the next thing I want to do, it did generate the channel for me in app channels. So app channels, test channel, just had it. There we go. Let me do it a different way. let's delete. Oh, one other thing too, when I was copy pasting, I've noticed it left in some characters, so be mindful of those. All right, so now the next thing is to go back into JavaScript. I don't think this file exists for me, so let me just check. JavaScript, because the problem is it's trying to expect to find CoffeeScript files and they don't exist. Channels. So here we have the consumer and index.js files. We don't have one for test, so that I'm going to need to create app JavaScript channels, and I think it's going to be test channels.js. Actually, maybe it's just test channel. Let me just double check. Yeah, test channel. Let's grab this while we're here. Do another paste. I don't know why this one's not bringing in bad characters, but whatever. Let's just live with it. And I think that's it. That's all we really need right now to test out that it's working. So let's go up to here. Let's go in here. Like I said, I have some things to work out here. And first thing is first, it's going to blow up. And the reason why it's going to blow up, you can tell I've done this a few times, is because I think we need to restart it. BE is just my shorthand for bundle exec. It's an alias. Look into those if you don't use them. Huh, okay. That worked actually on the first try. Alright, that worked on the first try. I don't know why, but I was kind of expecting to have to do yarn install or something like that to get everything to function. But right now, it appears to be functional. We have action cable connected. We're getting that message. We can now delete out those channel files, the channel controller and the JavaScript channel file. And I guess the next step here is let's see if we can get this to do its thing, right? So on to that next thing. All right, so we don't need that anymore. So let's do this. Let's get rid of those two files. So rm app channels test channel, and then rm app JavaScript channel test channel. Okay, so now I think the next thing that I need to do is I need to go to that landing page. So there we go. And I believe this is where we want to make that change. So that button is here, that form submit add. And so here's our form width. And there's my local true to make this all work. So let's go back to the documentation, because you really don't need much from what I understand. So we'll go to the quick start section. And yeah, I'm going to skip all that. So from what I understand, we just need to have the data reflex, and when we click on it, we're going to go to a a reflex. Actually, hold on, let me just see something. Does it actually give us anything like a generator to generate the controller? No, but as you can see, it's not that hard, or not the controller, the reflex. So what they're saying is, let's make it into a link. It's gonna go to nowhere, and actually that's it. Okay, so let's actually, you know what, let me do this then. And just pretty much cheat and take what they did. let's see. Don't need data step. I don't think don't need data count yet. I do want to add. Okay, so let's do that. Actually, let's bring it all in one line. And now let's see here. So what do we need? I need to give it a name. So let's call this add. Actually, I probably could just do it all in one line. It's at this point shorter than the old one. Do want to add some classes. So we're going to make it, and I'm using Balma here, so that's why I'm able to, this is where I'm getting those things from. Yeah, I think that's it, I think. So I have the link going nowhere, the data reflex, my label or whatever I'm calling it, and yeah, that's it. Doesn't seem like we're doing much here. So let me see if this actually did what I wanted to do. Actually, did I save it? That's another key thing. So hopefully I should have 2 buttons here. It'll just log me out, of course. Oh no. Okay, so let's see here. I have a bad syntax while doing that. Oh yeah, it didn't, yeah, duh. Delete to find. Now let's see. Knock this out because we don't need it. Okay. So that's it. Why didn't it turn it into a button? Because it helps if you spell button, right? Okay. Let me see here. Inspect elements. Yeah, that's not right at all. Why isn't that not right? Because I am trying to mix Ruby and HTML. That's why. Hey, there it is. Okay, so now we have our StimulusReflex button versus our old form button. So it doesn't do anything because it doesn't go anywhere. But now we can remove this one. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to need to get the date and also the meal IDs. So probably what I should be doing, I'm going to actually go back to this. So we need data step and data counts, I believe. So data step is going to be 1. Okay, so essentially what I want to do so I want to say, I don't know, data, date, we're going to make that equal to, so what are we going to make that equal to? Let's see here. I'm going to make it equal to this. And then we're going to need the same thing, but in this case we need it from meal ID. The meal ID is going to be what drives this. So, and I'm using a method under the hood to zip 2 different data sets together. So that's why I'm using these indexes as I am, the 0 and the 1. Did I just do this wrong? I did this wrong. Jeez. Like I said, it's not going to be pretty. Nope, nope, nope. You know what, just do this for now. that, that. Okay. Alright, so let's see if that did what I wanted to do. First, let's refresh. Okay, we just have the 1 now. And let's see here. So we have data meal ID is 25. I'm not a huge fan of that date, so let's make it a little bit better. So what we can do is we can say dot string from time, and we'll pass in the A, which just gives us a nice ISO formatted date format. So now let's see what that looks like. Alright, so inspect, probably already there, so I don't really need to do that. Oh, oops, wrong one. I think it's F, not A. A gives us the day of the day, yeah, I think it is F. Alright. Yep, there we go. So date now is 2020-06-23, which happens to be today's date. So if I go down to this one now, inspect the elements, now I have 624. I believe that, I hope that's a different meal. So that was 24. Let's see. Inspect. That's 18. Good, good, good. Okay, so that I hope is enough for this. And so now let's go over to our controller now, I guess, or our reflex. So, where am I putting this? I think it's going under. Let's see here, app reflexes, and we'll have to call it something. We'll have to call it something better. Hold on, let's call this something better now. Let's call it a meal reflex. We'll call it, I don't know. So yes, this is what I want to basically do. And our reflex. So let's do this. So app reflex, and I guess we're calling this meal. Jeez, meal reflex RB. Does that sound right? Does that follow? Yeah, meal reflex RB. It sounds great. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of take what they have right now. I mean, there's not much to it. So I'm probably going to just replace most of this. Okay, so we're calling this now a meal reflex, and we're gonna call this attach. I know I called it something else in the view, and I guess all we're gonna do, is this it? Are we just to yank? I mean, I'm gonna need to add the private method, I think. Wait, do I need it? Attach suggested meal, scheduled meal, schedule meal.new. Oh, I might need this, but I don't. I need to use the way that they do it now with the element.datasets. Okay. Okay. Alright, so let's see. So if I say meal ID dot datasets, and we say meal ID dot 2i, I'm just pretty much following what they're doing. And then I say dates, and that same thing, element dot data sets. Actually, let me just close this because I don't really need this anymore. And now this is going to be dates. I can leave that as a string, I think. I believe the database is smart enough to do it. And then we set up the current... Actually, no, let me... Yeah, and I think if I just do scheduled meal dot save, is that really it? Did I just do this? So if that's the case, I don't need this, don't need this, don't need this, don't need that. Sorry, all this is, well, I'm just gonna, alright, whatever. It's ugly, but whatever, Vim. Vim, you be Vim. You be yourself, Vim. Okay. Okay, alright, so let's... Did not like that. Uncaught, wait, what? Uncaught exception object. Totally not helpful. Oh, is it because, oh, duh. Okay, attach, what was it called? Increment? Okay, so it's just, alright, what the hell did I call it? Pardon my French, I'm from Jersey, so. Alright, so attach suggested meal. Suggested meal. Click meal reflex, attach suggested meal. Okay. Just refresh this. It's still saying uncaught exception. Am I getting anything in my console? Oh, hello. Failed to invoke. Oh, undefined. Okay, alright, cool. Helps the, alright, so we have something with the, it doesn't know the user, I guess. Okay, so we have something here. Okay, so app. I think I need all this. Okay, so from what I'm understanding, I need this here, more of that fun stuff, and this self.current user equals users will solve our problem. Get rid of that. I will also need to go into the application controller, and I need to add it before. Okay, so I'll need to add this bit too. Because I only want to do this if I'm authorized, right? I don't want someone to just willy-nilly just start passing in a bunch of requests. Okay, to do whatever. Actually, do I want protected? You know, I'm just going to change this to a private. I'm going to live dangerously here. I don't know why I made it protected. Alright, let me just fix indentation there. Wait, what's... That doesn't sound... Jeez. Let's fix the indentation again. There we go. Okay. So that's saved. Action cable is saved. Will it work? No. Okay. Why didn't it work? Oh. Okay. Example reflex. I just add that to underneath the class. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my gosh! This is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, so clearly I need to make things a little bit better. Wait, maybe not. Okay, so there is something. All right, here. Let me nick this. Let's go to plan meals. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's doing it. It's really doing it. Nate Hopkins, this is awesome. And also, anyone else that worked on this too. This is all right. Here, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Yeah, clearly I need to fix things up, but still. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's like instantaneous. There is no more reloading. It's just click a button and boom, you got hamburgers for Thursday. Boom. All right. Anyway, this video is already way too long. It's 36 minutes right now. I'm gonna edit this down so it's not 36 minutes, but. I am happy. This is amazing. StimulusReflex for the win. Amazing. All right, I gotta stop this. Anyway, you can find me. I am, again, Dan Clark. You can find me on Twitter. My handle is @DanClark. BruisedCoding.com. There's probably not going to be an article with this because how do you write an article on this? This is just amazing. You need to see this for yourself to just understand how awesome StimulusReflex can make your site. I mean, okay, yes, setting it up was a bit of a pain. Realizing that I needed to get the current user in there was a kind of a pain. But other than that, I mean, and really that wasn't a pain. He had the step-by-steps. The documentation was phenomenal. And now I have just click and it shows. Oh my gosh, this is almost as exciting as getting my standing desk that I can now move up and down with commands via my command prompt. But anyway, that's besides the point. Anyway, thank you. See me on Twitter, again, @Dan Clark, and have a great day.